Family, I welcome you to your show once again. We continue to be live right on Chatufa Live. We are looking at many issues that are happening in the country. A lot of exciting times, a lot of exciting news that we are seeing happening in the nation. So we have been looking at last time the exodus of police officers. We had a show right on this channel where we were talking about the exodus of police people who are policemen who are actually resigning from the Zimbabwe Republic Police because of so many grievances that they have. And such grievances include the remuneration, because these guys are paid peanuts. You know what is called peanuts? That is what these guys are getting. And we've been talking about it last time on the show. And we said the problem that we are seeing is that the same guys that are complaining about Mnangagwa's ill treatment of them are the same guys that are also being used by Mnangagwa to beat up people, to cause Zimbabweans to suffer. These are the people that have caused so much arrests, so much beatings and things like that. And last time we were saying, guys, why are these guys not waking up? And in the show we were discussing, and I was saying, I wish we would begin to talk to these guys, because these are our sons, these are our daughters, they are our young brothers, and we need to be telling them that, guys, you know what? Just look at what is happening to you. Look now the situation in the country. When we are saying Mnangagwa must go, we are not saying Mnangagwa must go because we just hate Mnangagwa. This is the result, because they can see it themselves. The fact that they are resigning en masse in the police force is a result of the suffering that Mnangagwa has caused upon the Zimbabwean people. So no one is spared. No one is spared. Everyone is a victim of Emmerson Mnangagwa. Whether you can, as long as you are in Zimbabwe, you are still a victim. You could be even a minister of Mnangagwa. You are still a victim of Mnangagwa right now, because there are things that you are finding yourself doing which you don't want to do. There are some things that you don't approve of, but you are doing them because Mnangagwa demands that those things should be done. So almost everyone is a prisoner of Mnangagwa, including himself. He is a prisoner of himself. So there is no one who is free in Zimbabwe. So we need to help Zimbabweans to be free. Mnangagwa also is not free himself. He can't walk on the streets of Harare, Mnangagwa, without those briefcase guns. Just at the Heroes Acre, where he thinks he's surrounded by his own ZANU-PF people, he would be having machine guns and things like that. He's afraid. He can't even, just walk out of his house and be a free citizen. So no one is free. Everyone is in prison in Zimbabwe. So we have just created a big prison for ourselves. So police officers resigning en masse is a result of Mnangagwa, who does not care about what is happening to other people. This is the situation. And yesterday we were talking about that exodus of police guys who have left the police force, and quite a lot of positions now are left vacant. So because of that, Mnangagwa has finally started promoting many police officers now. And the promotions were many. They came out in huge numbers. I am telling you, huge numbers. You see, all these names are promotions. All these names that you are seeing here, they are promotions. Those that were sergeants were promoted to assistant inspector. Those are assistant inspector to inspector, inspector to chief inspector, things like that. Assistant commissioner to commissioners. That's what has happened. All these names throughout Zimbabwe. And it has also seen the promotion of this guy. This face is now known all over. Even when you go on Google, you type Zimbabwe police, you see this face coming out. This is Themba Nyathi, the big liar. This guy is a big liar. He has lied for ZANU-PF for a very long time. Many crimes that are being committed. You talk to him about Bishop Messiah, he will start to hallucinate and he will say things that you can never imagine. He has been covering up for many crimes that have been committed by ZANU-PF. This is the guy who would shut down his phone each time that, especially the people of VOA, you always hear them that we tried to phone Themba Nyathi and his phone could not be reached, or he said he's in a meeting, or his phone was ringing and not being answered. That's exactly what is happening with this guy. He's a big liar, lying on behalf of Emmerson Mnangagwa and the witches of ZANU-PF. So this is it. He has now been promoted. He was assistant commissioner. He has now been promoted to commissioner. I don't know whether he's going to continue being the police spokesperson as a commissioner, or we are going to see another one. All those that have been in this position were serious witches. You still remember Charity Charamba? I don't know how many people. If you, those who remember Charity Charamba, please just indicate in the comment section. If you still, just raise up your hand if you still remember Charity Charamba. Charity Charamba, now she was made an ambassador. I don't remember which country she is in. Is it there is some country that she was sent as an ambassador? That woman would lie through her teeth. Hey, you know, there are some people that would lie that you'd even ask, you even wonder that if God had created us to say the moment you say one lie, every lie would cause one tooth to rot. I'm telling you, Charity Charamba would never have even one tooth in her mouth. All teeth will be gone. Yes, I'm seeing Alice Ruperi. Yes, you still remember Charity Charamba. She was, that one would get into my nerves. You know, she would refuse an issue that is clear, right in the clear. She would start to say things that you wonder, what is this? What is this? I remember at one point when she was commenting on the issue of some opposition members who had been beaten by the police and things like that. ZANU-PF people had beaten opposition members, and when police came, they started helping ZANU-PF people to beat. And you know what, Charles? Sorry, I'm now saying Charles. Charity Charamba said. She said they deserved it because they were being unruly. Just imagine what kind of a statement would be said when a crime is committed by ZANU-PF hooligans and a whole police spokesperson would say those people deserved it. I've never seen this. You know, our country is just something else. Our country is just a mess. It's just a disaster. Yes, just a disaster. That is Zimbabwe of Ivory Coast that we were talking about yesterday. So this is it. So Paul Themba Nyathi has been that spokesperson for ZANU-PF police, and is now promoted as commissioner. So when you look at all those names of people that have been elevated to the next position, and also having some that are coming from the Morris Depot that are coming to join, it is because Mnangagwa is now covering up the gaps of many police officers. Remember, it has been reported that the resignations have been massive, and they've happened from the top, from assistant commissioners coming down to the constable, or even to the special constable. I think even Kunana Ndakubata, I think Ndakubata, even they are also resigning and going home to rather sell tomatoes or something, because it's not working. It's not working. You can't be used by ZANU-PF. You know, being a police officer, you know, we are putting on those shoes, those heavy gumboots, and you are expected to run after a thief when you are putting on such a heavy gumboot. At times nowadays, now those gumboots they are finished. The soles are finished. Now it's moving at 45 degrees angle, and you are also expected to run after a thief. If you don't break your leg, I think it is just by grace. So this is it. We are seeing this in mass resignation. It means automatically, like I was saying yesterday, ZANU-PF is losing out a lot of people that have information of many crimes that have been committed. A lot of people that have been concealing the crimes of ZANU-PF, the crimes of the politicians of ZANU-PF are out now, and they are no longer in the force. And one thing that I know is they are going to want to hunt them down, because especially in the military, I don't know the police, but as for the military, if you decide to dump and run away, they will follow you. They will hunt you until they get even Kumusha, Ekaya, or exactly where you come from. They will reach you. They will reach there to find out. They want you back because they know that you are a loose cannon when you are out there. So this is a disaster in the police force for Emmerson Mnangagwa, because the repercussions of these massive resignations in the police force, they are going to be felt. Today, some people may look at it and may think that it is all nothing. But let me tell you, one day we are going to be talking about it again. This is going to be really serious. This is going to really bring quite a lot negatively against the ZANU-PF. And imagine if these guys would get, as usual, they'll be unemployed. If they remain in Zimbabwe and would start to join maybe the armed robbers, These guys, remember, they are trained to use the gun. They're trained to shoot. And if they would join those robbers who are carrying guns around, what is going to happen? Really, we are going to have a disaster of a country. So we don't know how they've taken it, what safety measures and precautions they are taking about all these people that are living. Because most of these people are young. They are not living because they are retiring. No, they are living because they are just seeing that they are working for nothing. It is just the hardship that they are experiencing. That's why they are going. But still, life has to go on. These guys still have to look after their own families. They still need money, and they will have to look for it. Yesterday, I was talking about it and said, it's unfortunate that when you train as a police officer, you can only work in Zimbabwe. Where can you go again in another country and you say, I was a police officer, and then you are employed as a police officer? It doesn't happen like that, because they train their own people in their own way, and you can't get in there. You see, that's the disaster. It's unlike other, careers, like, the professional careers, where people can also be received even in other countries. So what is going to become of these guys? They are just going to become unemployed, whether they leave Zimbabwe or they remain in Zimbabwe. But many of them might end up getting into crime. And if they get into crime, they are trained people, and there will be a very big disaster. Because remember, they will be running cat and mouse with the police, and they are trained. They know how to conceal, they know how to hide crime, they know how to, confuse police officers when a crime is committed and things like that. We can end up having very sophisticated thieves in Zimbabwe who can cause a serious menace. My wish is that they should just steal from ZANU-PF people. They should just rob those ZANU-PF people who have stolen everything from us. Because what do they steal from us? We have nothing. We have been kept under poverty for the past 44 years. So what can they steal from us? They must steal from those that are in the gold mafia. They must go to their houses and demand to share the wealth that has been stolen from the Zimbabwean people. What else can we do? Family. So this is it. This is the discussion that we were having. Just an update of saying Mnangagwa is now closing those gaps that were left by the police officers. But all is not well. My brother Moses Mandisha says, thank you very much for your updates, my brother. Thank you so much for the support. Being here, it means a lot to us, really. When I see you here, I am really thrilled to see you. Thank you very much, my sister. With Wajanai Maposa says, good evening, Chatufa family. Thank you very much. Aaron, my brother, how are you? He says, Chatufa, why, nemo wangu. Yes, nemo. Kumira, we are not stopping. We have to continue speaking and speaking until things happen the way that we want. Charity Charamba is a witch. Thank you very much. Yes, I did. That one was a pain. It was a pain in the neck, I tell you. That woman was just painful to listen to. Zulu Zinyemba says, Chatufa, you are blessed. You are blessed too, my champion. Thank you so much for being on the show and for supporting us. Josiah Mahachi is saying, evening, family. How are you, my brother? Thank you so much for joining us here on the show as we are looking at the developments that are happening in our nation. Family, I'm now inviting you to come over to Chatufa Television Production, our main channel. Now we are beginning to enter into the hot gear, where now I've reserved issues that I think are burning for the day. So those ones now, I usually put them on the main channel. So let us be crossing over to the main channel, and we are going to be starting with the main issues that are hot in the country. Thank you so much, those that have joined me on the show. As usual, remember to subscribe to the channel, to like, and to share.